Hello guys, and welcome to Genocide Dolphins 1.4.6. I don't know how long it's been since the last video. I think that was Christmas Eve, I think. So, got myself a whiskey coke here. Time is 5:16 a.m. I have just come back from the park for one of my legendary brainstorming sessions, and I didn't come up with much tonight. I normally do, so I decided, yeah, let's record a vid. Now, let's just go. Essentially, I'll go to maximize on play and bring it all in. Essentially, I'm trying to work out what's actually happened since the last video. For now, I should warn you that I'm playing in very low quality, and the frame rate is over 100 FPS normally. For the first time, I'm using GeForce Experience, and I'm just experimenting with that little video of me in the corner. Don't want to show off my face because I haven't washed in days. I've been coding like a madman. I've been drinking on the park, but I'm just interested to see how that little video looks. So what we have here is the latest version of GD. You might notice some differences. This turtle is new. These people are new. They ask you questions too. That is totally new. There's a lot of new stuff that may or may not work. Stuff I've literally made today or over the last few days, but most importantly, I forgot my lighter ran out of gas in the park. I blame one of my new followers, Fiona, for stealing my lighter, using all its gas, and then buggering off. But I forgive you, Fiona. She's a friend of mine who is very into the game, and has been coming over helping me bug test it, even debug it. So a little shout out to Fiona, and she's probably one of the only people on the planet who's actually played this thing. Let's think about what's new. Well, you might notice that the font is too big on them things, right? That's because I've added this chat system to these women. So if you stand near them, I'm going to go into slow motion so that when they do speak, you'll see it for longer. Oh, and there's a video covering the corner, but I don't know if in my preview I can see that it's translucent, so you can see a little snail with 0.25 on it. If I cover the camera, it might make it easier. And sometimes an eyeball pops up too with a couple of dots above it. What that the eyeball indicates how many people can see you right now, and the snail indicates what level of slow motion you're in, right? So I don't know if you can see it, but right now it's 0.25. That's when you're in Reaper. That's the most hardcore setting. I turn it off. I'm normal, and I can't see the eye there. I'm not sure if you can see it underneath this video. Bit annoying. I should probably just start again, but I just wanted to get my funky NUFC logo in there, and it'll be good for reactions and stuff. This is a new bug. I don't know why, but just today, literally today, people have started getting stuck at this point, right? I don't know why. It'll probably be the bane of this video. I'll be like, why is everyone stuck there? But for now, oh, it looks like you got my sound off. For now, I'm going to blow off a head, and I think, I've got mute audio on. I think decapitation, as I call it, and most of the human race calls it, is new. So watch what you can do now. You can go up and blow off a head, and you get blood pouring out. It's very satisfying. And I've written my own sniper from scratch as well. But let's just have a look at a few more. See how they ragdoll, fall down. The blood pouring out the neck, like streaming out. That's just added today. Because Fiona said she wanted a bit more gore. I I'm wondering, does that mean... Ooh! Does that mean when you shoot people... Piss off. Those things are annoying. They're the meteors. Does that mean when I shoot it like that, there should be more blood? That'd be very easy to do, but to actually decapitate... I see there's the new system. Let's slow down. She's asking me what's up. Some of them... Ooh! Some of them are considered questions that you can answer. Like they offer to go down an alleyway and smoke with you. Or they offer you to go for a beer. Rhetorical ones like, alright, aren't like that. Ooh. And as you can see, the headshot is brilliant, and the physics and everything have been vastly developed for that. I don't know what else has really been developed. I'm trying to remember now. That's why I did this, because it has been, what, a month or so? The NPCs can do a lot more and go to a lot more places. You'll see right now they get the umbrella out because it's raining. Come on, girls, where's your umbrella? Well, no, I'm not in slow mo. Oh, there you go, she's got her umbrella out. And you might remember in the past they did do that before, but they didn't, first of all, drop it like that. It becomes a physical object when you kill them, shoot it around, including their gun does too. But they also put umbrellas in when they go indoors, right? So if someone walks into this building here, they know that they can put their umbrella away. Now that's been a long time coming, long time. But a lot of these solutions I've been developing are quite simple, and possibly half of you, at least, if not more, are game developers. So I'll give you some ideas on how I did it once I spout this. Just spent an hour without any lighter. So it's quite simple. As you see, when I go into this bar, right, which is Bob Wendy, it says Bob Wendy in the corner. Now I really do hope that video is not covering it. It's translucent here. But all you need to do for that, right, that's a trigger. Tells you going in Bob Wendy. Oh look! Also, now the NPCs have rocket packs. So she just gone right from the ground all the way up there, and it's quite beautiful. It's a rocket pack I paid for from I'll get a bit close so you can see it. What was it? cgtrader.com, I think. There was a lot of rocket packs, but they weren't exactly cheap. This one was only $4. Watch if I kill her as well. Oh, she falls. Bang. Let's see if I can get rid of the head. How am I missing? Oh, there you go. And I'll blow her off. Just by sheer momentum. She's off. So, yeah, it was a cheap jetpack. And what that is a way to make off-mesh links interesting. So that when they do go on an off-mesh link or an ab-mesh link, that you've created, instead of just hovering, you put them in an animation phase that makes them look like they're flying. Stick a rocket pack on their back, it's good. You know, you could stick a Superman cape on them and have them fist in the air. That would also be good. So that's one of the new things. What was I explaining there? Oh, that whiskey's rough. Suntory. I was going to get wine, but they didn't have a decent sized bottle. So these people can go in here. This is T-Bar. It's been vastly improved. And they can all hang out anywhere they please. I'm going to kill my debug windows. I'm going to bring them over just for a second. Hopefully this doesn't break GeForce Experience, but these are my what? It's not displaying anything. Well, that's weird. Oh, because I got a search in. So this is the ordinary console window, which I've got on one line, which makes it infinitely easier to use. if you didn't know this, and I did not, was to right click on the console tab and go to stack trace logging. There's a way to make this just one line. Log entry, one line. My God, that changed my life. Now, in this one on the left, which usually has a cool ASCII art logo, but you can't tell right now because it's already running, but I wrote that purely to get around the fact that the normal console doesn't have a one-line mode. Then I found out it does have a one-line mode. But it's good because you can flip between what you want on one window and what you want on another. So the console generally just, spits out everything. Dolpcon, my left one, I custom choose what to put in that, and then I remove it once I'm finished debugging that, and put things back in as I'm debugging. So Dolpcon is infinitely more useful than the console for me. The console is just confusing and horrible. But now that I know you can do one line, almost good. But obviously, I always wanted a black background with a coloured text like I just showed you. Anyway, I'm closing them, right, because they actually affect performance quite a lot. I can see the performance is affected by GeForce Experience. They claim that it records natively in the background without any problems. And this is, I've got Android Studio open. Let me close that. This is, hopefully nothing jerks here, a 2080, RTX 2080, so I don't think it should be getting affected by GeForce, but it probably does. Just waiting for my low memory PC to sort itself. Like I say, it's a top end PC, but I'm literally still stuck on 16 gig. Not because of finances, I would say mostly laziness. I'm gonna get that sorted. So yeah, the chat bubbles are new. I think that's what I was showing, right? Well, this bug here is new. It annoys me because it wasn't happening literally 12 hours ago. But for some reason people are bunching up here and standing on the table. But at least you can see the new chat system. That bubble is quite blocky. I made that. Put that gun away, you idiot, or I'll teach you a lesson. Well, let's see if you can, once your head's missing. Oh! Gin and tonic, please. I don't think you'll be able to drink that. Yes. Prepare to die, you metal twat. Well, this is my next feature, what I was talking about. Now, every NPC that the NPCs could always see you, right? Right, but only if they were like an enemy of yours. Ordinarily, they can't. But right now, anyone who's within 10 meters has an eye on you, and that's why that eye icon with the dots above it, if you can see it, I doubt you can actually, but it's in the bottom right. The dots grow the more people are looking at you. And if you kill someone, for example, while that is up, then they know what you did. So if I... Oh man, I can't believe I just experimented with this video. Now I can't see my own... That wasn't meant to happen. So what happens is... We've all heard of the old... Oh, sorry, if you look at the radar, that red guy is angry at me. Angry people represent on the radar now, so you'll see him come after me. But we all know about fight or flight. I've invented fight, flight, or police. And there's another option actually, or there I guess. Basically, if you kill someone in front of them, they either fight you, run away, and if they run away there's a chance that they will go to the police. And they go to the police by going to a tardigrade like this, which ironically looks like a old English police box. So they actually appear on the radar as a police box, and you can see they're running away. and they'll tell you something in their speech bubble. Is this the woman after me? No. But you can see there, look, she says, hey, you want to grab a beer? I don't know if you saw it, I think I cancelled it. There's a menu which allows you to go for a beer with her. If you accept that, she will actually go for a beer with you. And if they're offering you a smoke, they will go for a smoke with you down an alleyway. But, shit, what was I talking about? Had a few beers. Basically, they can run to the police, and if they get to the tardigrade before you kill them, you see she's running. She's actually in melee mode, which is fucked up right now. That's why she's happening. I just kill her to save myself some embarrassment. That's what you do. There you go, baby. Close your legs, will you? Ooh. That's what you do to girls that you've pulled in nightclubs who you're not proud of. When they come running up, you just kill them. Fight, flight, or run to the police, or something else. The other thing is, like, you know, they crouch down and scream. So if I actually go in front of someone and do a killing, I can hardly see that, but yeah, someone around me will have reacted. Either ran away. I need to kind of list events. Stop standing up there. Oh. And when they run to the police, gin and tonic, please. Oh, I think that's saying good police. I don't know why, because I thought I'd given it a siren, but that's a voice of mine. So you can see there, she says, fuck, the robot has gone mad, someone call the police. Some of these people, as you can see on the radar, actually look like police boxes. That's because they are, well, I think she's one of them. She's on the way to the police, right? If I don't stop her before she gets to the tardigrade, which is climb, mate, which is up there, then the police will turn up. Of course, in this build, the police won't turn up. That was what I was meant to be doing until I decided to do this video. But in a few old versions, I did actually have the police going, but back then, all my logic was controlled by Adventure Creator. And I decided I couldn't be dealing with Adventure Creator anymore. As much as I respect it, it's a great tool. Everything has to be controlled by my own AI, otherwise I just don't have the real control that I need. So yeah, the police left. Went. In fact, almost anything I had built before went, logic-wise. But I'm rebuilding it all in Radii. There's another reason, obviously, this game is taking so long, but I'm just going to check my C drive here, because I would hate to be recording to that and running out of space. If I press F5, I should be able to tell where I am. Oh, and I need the toilet too. I don't know how to pause this thing, so I'm going to put you in a nice spot and go for a quick spot of urination. But it definitely feels slower. They're like, oh, it's not slow, you got a 2080, it's got a built-in blah blah blah. But it doesn't. Well, I mean it does, but it doesn't have that much, that percent. So relating to that subject, I actually implemented, well, you can see someone's asking me a question there. She's asking what's up, but someone asked me a genuine question. I'm going to have like a log, I think, in the top left, which shows you what people have said, because at the moment I absolutely love this chat bubble, and I always wanted something like that, but it's actually hard to know Oh, he's doing that thing. It's actually hard to know what people have said to you, right? Because you can miss it. You can blink and miss it. So I'll probably have some sort of log, but at the moment, not happening. She's saying the robot has gone mad. There must be a bug there though. Oh no, she's off. She's off. She should be running twice the speed, not just walking away casually. But the aim is to kill her before she gets there and remove the police box from the radar. So yeah, I'm all over the place here, aren't I? What I was going to say was I implemented NVIDIA highlights. Yeah, I'll join you down the smoke for an alley, yeah. Sure, why not? She will then go down the alley and smoke. Doesn't do it yet. NVIDIA highlights allows you to, like, specify events. For example, if I die, what NVIDIA highlights does is it records everything all the time, actually. Which might be alright in a build, but definitely not that. Definitely a bit slow here. I'll get rid of the stats window. But if I get killed right now, it allows me to grab the last 10 seconds of my life and share it on Facebook. Or if I had headshots, it allowed me to share that moment on Facebook, which is amazing. And I implemented it, and it took me ages to get it right. She's fight or flight, like kill me, and the other ones are fight or flight, run to the police. Some of them just scream. But NVIDIA highlights is amazing in a way, right? It's kind of like the only way you can get a kill cam without trying to architect your whole system as a replayable system, a bit like an online one. But yeah, it just crashes immediately. It does capture the video, but then it crashes immediately. And I really love the idea, especially if it's not slow. But I haven't been able to get it working anywhere beyond that, because it does just crash. Watch how I shoot that. I don't know where that went. See her landing there on a rocket pack? That's actually quite cool. I love that. Oh, well, she went through the ground, right? Why did she do that? Because I'm trying to show you how cool it is. If I wasn't trying to show anyone, she wouldn't do that. Never seen that in my life. One thing is, obviously, and I've talked about this many times, whenever I introduce a feature, I generally debug it over the next few months, right? But with these videos, often I've just added that feature the day before, and for some reason I'm expecting it to work. Well, it won't. They need debugging. They need fine-tuning. So I think that's the last time. What's this? Oh, who's that shooting me? Somebody shot me? Oh, I don't know if I've showed the mission system. What I was going to say is that's the last time I'm going to complain about newly introduced features that aren't working. So, sure, why not? If you see on the radar, you might see these things popping up. People offer you missions for money. You need the king of headshots here, which is Fiona. She's probably done as many or more headshots than me in all my testing. I watched her headshot for hours. So when someone offers you a mission, all those things on the radar, the police boxes, they're the people I should kill, because supposedly they're going to go to the police. I'm sure there's a bug in some of them because we're not really hurrying. But the green is a mission. So the green star is a mission, sorry. So if I go and locate one, at the moment you can't really tell if they're above or below you. I need to fix that. And I also need to put some text on the radar blip which will say something along the lines of what it is, right, rather than just being that. I think events and everything as well. With events, one will happen during this video, so I'll explain that when it happens. But if you find the guy with the red star, where is he? So green star, sorry. Then you can complete their mission. And there is one. There you go. See her there? With the... They have what I call a mission gem. So when I go up to her, you'll see she says, mission, go kill the target on the radar, press Z to accept. So when I press Z... Huh! Don't do this! I've got to check the console now. That never crashes. Error! Oh, I've just said I'm not going to complain about that, but I will complain about features that are like completely developed and working perfectly. I'm not sure what's... No, I'm flying! Jesus! Stop flying! I've got old shit in here. Man! I'm going to kill her because I'm angry. Well, that's not the reason I'm going to kill her, but I want it to work properly. I'll find another one. You might notice all these little rooms are new. This whole area, this district is new. This kind of Japanese district, and all these alleyways. These are all new and nice, and I've got a place called Amico Village up here. Up these steps, I'll show you briefly before I go find another mission. You got like offices like that. I actually wonder if demos do go wrong, or whether it's just because you feel the pressure more. Everything's always going wrong. Definitely feels like it's slowing down, but I'm hoping that the recording is making up for that. Right, so I'm going to find another woman offering me a mission. There's a new rooftop greenhouse. Oh wait, might as well show you chill out spots while I'm here. Chill out spots, you sit down like this. Again, he's never sat at that angle, always sits the correct angle. But you chill there for 60 seconds and you get some money, or you will do. And there's a few of them around, anywhere with a good view really. So you get the mission from the green star. When they come through, they show up as a little screen on the top left, which you see. And you go and meet them, and then they tell you where the victim is with another camera, and the victim gets marked as like a red. See one of the police box guys. Victim gets marked as like a red circle on the radar. You kill him, you complete the mission, and you get money. They pop up randomly all the time. I think there's a maximum. All right. Finished that chill out spot, should have got some money. Haven't called it the reward yet. But we'll try another mission. There is definitely a weird pressure when you're recording compared to when you're not recording. It happens when you're game playing too, right? When you're like, oh, I'm going to record myself getting it. Call of Duty or something, it always, your hands start shaking. You can't do it because you're under pressure, which is really weird. Considering there's no pressure here, I can stop this anytime I want. There's the person. I went down there. sounds so much like a broken record, but I've never seen this happen, where there's two people on the radar and they're just not there. I wonder if my code is somehow dependent on frame rate and that messes it up. Or not. There must be someone in here in Dog Orange. I need to fix that, it's annoying when you're not. Right, there's a woman there, right? Offer me a mission. She says, press Z to accept. Honestly, I could go and slice my own face off. I've never had one of them fail, ever. Welcome to the world of nightmare. Oh, what's that? Something is crashing. Oh, man. Welcome to the world of nightmares that go wrong when you're trying to show people anything. I'm now looking at the code briefly. And it claims, stop doing that. I'm using Rider. I wouldn't recommend Rider, actually. Everyone claims it's good. It costs 140 US a month. It's slow as shit. Doesn't do anything. It's awful. It's a sack of crap, Rider. So don't waste your money. And I've been on the forums. How could that be? No. Random waypoints has not been assigned. I've actually noticed this is a bug in Unity. You know, when you find a bug and you think, well, that can't be real. But sometimes you can, right? If you go to if you go to exactly where it's complaining, it says that random waypoints has not been assigned. Well, that line doesn't even access random waypoints. That is a bug in Unity. Or is it Rider? As you can see, I've checked if patrol waypoints are null, and they're not. So if it's a bug in Rider, it must mean that oh yeah, I've had that one before actually. It must mean that current waypoint here is outside the array. I'm just going to add this now. I'm not going to save it because I've got a shite keyboard too. I can't even tell if I'm on caps lock. Hate this keyboard, but I spilled beer on my last one. I'm not going to save it, but if current waypoint is greater than patrol waypoints dot length dot -1, then we'll warn and say would be out of bounds. So, but that is not consistent with their message in the least. Did I bring that over? I can't remember. Well, I'll just finish this else first. But their message is completely misleading. Ryder, JetBrains, or whoever they are, they don't deserve the money. They don't deserve £140 a month for a flawed, shitty IDE where when you complain about the price, everyone goes nuts. And I know I said I wouldn't get negative about these things, and I'm not. All I'm trying to say is Ryder are thieving, JetBrains are thieving idiots if they think you're going to pay them $150 a month for an IDE which just reminds me of Android Studio, basically, because it is. And it's not any better than Visual Studio. They're both garbage. They're both garbage. Have you ever used a good IDE? I personally haven't. I would say Android Studio is the best IDE I've ever used, and it's not good. NetBeans is good, but it's really showing its age. So the fact is, I should just stop this video, fix the bug and come back, but I'm not going to do that because I'm committed, and that isn't a bug, it's always worth. So basically what you do is you go up to the people, you press Z, you accept the mission, can't show you any of this because everything's silly. Then you go and kill the victim and you get a reward. If someone sees you doing it, I've gone through this a bit, right, but I'm kind of getting it clear on my own head, then they either bastard! press me back. Oh no! What's happening? God! Stop doing this to me! Can I just die? Not in real life, I mean in the game. No. Alright, I'm going to have to stop the game. That is part of the special effects shit I showed you last week and last month, and I got caught on something. There's still a bug where when you're climbing you get stuck. So what I was trying to say was there's fight, flight, call the police, or crawl around the floor like a baby look. And the computer always struggles here, so I don't want to talk too much in case it just cuts off. But what they can do is run to the police or attack you, run away, or just be generally scared. What else can they do? Well, the fact is, if they go to the police, then the next thing to code is the police actually turn up. Starting again might not be a bad idea because maybe the missions will not be bugging out this time. Let's check what hard drive this is writing to. I've got space on all of them, so this should be working. Honestly, I felt like, I've got high hopes for this one. This is like the best video I've ever done. But if you followed this for any time, you will realize that this is my pattern. You can see the chill out spots here on the hierarchy. I've got 4 chill out spots which you can go. I've got lemming points too, which are like jump off points, a bit like the eagle points in Assassin's Creed. Not quite as cool as them yet, but they work. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's much more to say really. The radar works, the chill out spots work, missions come in, events come in, people congregate at the place that the event, people congregate at the event point, and it comes up as a little sort of laser, lightning strike, a bit like the Sinberg's logo. On the radar, when there's an event, and a lot of people turn up there. And in the old days, I had ways to turn on custom people for events. I haven't got round to that yet, but I will. For example, at Bob one day, this bar, it might say, "Oh, the Muddy Basin Ramblers are playing." And when you go in, there's a band here, and they're playing the real music that in real life the Muddy Basin Ramblers play. Which is a real band who go to this real bar in Taipei City where I live. I've just improved this toilet a bit. This was designed 8 years ago. Obviously I'm breaking the occlusion because there should be some shit there, but there isn't. Or a better example would be, you go to the German Cine Club, this one, and it's like 50s night or something, and there's a ton of people here who look like people from the 50s. You know, there'll be that sort of reaction, that sort of real thing. But also the people from the city will flock to this place. So it kind of feels normal, and when different events happen, then people go there. And generally, at this point in time, I'm trying to make it a self-perpetuating. You might notice this whole area has changed. I had to get rid of those steps, they were too annoying. to do with. One thing I really hate is models which are just not complete. For example, under these stairs, the underside of those stairs is not there, right? You have to lay it on something like that. So I had this beautiful little area here with steps and everything, but the backs of them are just not filled in. I hate people who do that. I know there's a good reason, either for design or for backface culling or for just culling things that you don't see. She'll say something if I stand here. There you go. Alright. But you know what? Just give it up. Just don't do that. When you sell a model to someone, yeah, want to go over here? Sure, why not? I can go up and down here using 1, 2, 3. Goes off too quick. What are you staring at, you robot freak? Well, they see she's changed moods there. I want to have a mood system where if they're in a good mood, they're nice to you consistently. If they're in a bad mood, they're bad to you consistently. They don't go from offering you beer to calling you a robot freak. Sure. No thanks. Are you joking? No reaction. Yet. But, like, why don't people just build models where you can turn meshes on and off? It's a nightmare. This area is Liucho. Xiao Liucho. I don't know if you can fully see that because of my stupid little thumbnail video in the bottom left, but if you could, it says Xiao Liucho, which is a place in Taiwan which I went to. And this rock here, which is exceedingly low quality right now, by the way. I'm sure I've already mentioned that everything is 8 times or 16 times low quality. This is vase rock though. When I land here, it says, oh, it does say vase rock. How can I say? Christ, how many books can you get in one recording? This is a real rock on the island of Xiaoliuqiu in Taipei, Taiwan. And it's all very turtle oriented, so I stuck a few turtles around. So this is kind of that area. I'm trying to base it on that. I wanted water in that little bit where the woman is just walking now, but water is, well, let's just say water and unity is like, you know, the holy grail. I've bought, this is a new bar by the way, Solar One, named after a solar system model I made for Java in the 90s. The water and Unity is like holy grail shit. You won't get a good one that isn't going to rape your system. Even though they show constantly on, wow, look at her fly. Look at that escargot. You just don't get good water, but they show it in all these demos. I want a good water that isn't circular, that can be square, that isn't slow, that doesn't render when you're off screen. This whole bit here I wanted to be water to match with Xiaoliuqiu, because this is kind of like the little bit where we stayed, me and my mate Paul. We had a little hotel up here, and we could kind of see over the water, and where I'm standing now I wanted this to be water with like little boats and stuff. And I tried, and I tried, and I tried, and I tried, and I could do it, but it's slow as fuck. A bit like, you know, in the other city, which I apologise for not demonstrating any of the other cities yet. Once I get this one perfectly hours, I want to move to the other cities and move over all that shit, but I can't at the moment. But I wanted water like in the middle, and it would just look great, and I wanted light reflecting off it and that. Oh, look at her going up there. But, too difficult, slows the whole thing down. Water and Unity is a nightmare. I don't know what it's like in other game engines. If you have any suggestions or water that isn't shite, then let me know. I have all of them, so all I have to do is go and use it. I've used them all. Sui Mono is the best looking, but easily the slowest and rubbish. In terms of performance, I can't remember the other one. There is one I use, I can't remember it now, which is quite good, and probably the best one of all, which is not real water at all, is one I've used in here. Well, actually this is a building that's been here for 7 or 8 years. Paul put this in. Me and Paul used to work to decorate this place. That one there, it doesn't look great, but it just works. it doesn't break the bank. So that's probably the best one, but I can't remember what I was talking about. Let's bring that neatly, well, not neatly, but messily, onto HDRP. So this rendering system, like Legend Chicken Chops, is a real place near me, and this is a real shot of the city. My house is probably in there somewhere where I am right now. HDRP is the new rendering system, right? This is the standard one. This is not even the universal render pipeline. This is literally what ships out of the box, and I think it looks great. Especially considering I'm on like 8 times low quality, or 16. But if the HDRP works, I'll be happy to swap with it. But you know what happens with that, don't you? Well, depends how much you've done. I'm hoping that my voice is louder than the music, actually. Too late now if it's not. I've made a lot like that. But HDRP requires yet another shader. So you have to swap the shaders on everything. I mean, mostly it's standard that I'm using. You have to swap them all to the HDRP one. So basically when you try and move over, everything's pink. And there's a script that does it for you, but you know it won't work. And the game will be ruined. And after a lot of research, I'm thinking, does HDRP look any better at all than standard? Well, it must do, right? But I don't know why these women are hanging on here. I really don't. Like, if I push her in, she will actually go to where she wants to go. Something there, keeping them in. If I push her in there, nope, didn't work. HDRP should look a lot better, but how much better can you actually get? If I put this on max quality and I had, let's say, 128 gig of RAM, how much better would it look than this? And now I don't think it would look any better at all. It looks a bit shit now because I'm on low quality. But if the HDRP does look better, then I will do a backup and move over. Will it be quicker? No. Probably be slower. Will it look substantially better? No. Probably not. So I don't really understand HDRP. Nobody wants to use the universal pipeline, formerly known as the lightweight render pipeline. And the reason they changed it, in my humble opinion, is because lightweight render pipeline just sounds like garbage mobile graphics, right? And who wants to admit that we're using this system that gives us garbage mobile graphics? So I think they changed it to universal. Some people should be able to see me killing you. Get rid of them, they're annoying me! Yeah, somebody's going for the police, I heard the sample. Should be a siren, but it's not. It's a slowed down version of me going, "Good police." I must have slowed it down by accident. She's off to the police now. Well, supposedly. Let's follow her and find out, eh? So, Universal... You stupid cow. Seriously? Universal render pipeline is like the lightweight render pipeline, aka mobile low-end desktop. And even though I don't consider this to be like, you know, blisteringly high quality, because everything is so complicated and there's so much memory in use, I actually keep a lot of the settings quite low, but I tweak them so you can't notice. I think the HDRP, the high definition render pipeline, almost seems a bit overkill for this, especially if it looks good already, but you know, got a couple of years left. I don't know if I've mentioned it, but the idea is 10-year development cycle. Started December the 12th. December 2012. Maybe about 15th, 20th. So that gives me until the same time, December 2022. So before then, maybe I will swap to the HDRP, right? And traditionally, all of the graphics upgrades that I have lovingly received have actually mostly been because of Unity or my own understanding. As you remember, the old one didn't have proper textures, it was all just shiny materials. I thought that would cut it. And I still miss... Whoa! This is a new rooftop, new building. Still miss those days, in a way. But when I realised that you can have better, I couldn't resist it, you know. I mean, you just can't resist upgrading your graphics. So, I hope that the HDRP is same sort of deal. But, fix that. It looks like a bloody Irish dancer. Oh, this is a good sushi bar. This is the most dangerous sushi bar in the whole world. You can stand here on the edge of the cliff and have your sushi. I love it. No name yet. I think this will be probably Boss. Chicken Boss. What was I talking about? I can't remember. HDRP. Basically, I want to take the upgrade, but I don't want to take it if it slows things down. It doesn't look much better. Simple, really, isn't it? Eat your dinner, lady. Not eat your dinner, lady. Eat your dinner, lady. So they can come up here. This is Amico Village. I guess it came up there. Yeah. These are going to have separate positions. All these places need names, I guess. So there's an... Oh, Fiona. Look at that. Fixed this. We had this moment. What we had was a moment like where everyone was hanging around there. Crews of them. And then they were rocketing down and going back up the stairs again. I thought I fixed it. I swear some of my problem is probably I'm not using the late update very much. I don't know. It'll all get fixed, and it's good in a way to see bugs because I'm showing the progress here. This is not a finished product, but every time I start a video I think, yeah, I can't wait to show everyone how amazing this game is now, and then that's when I find more bugs. But, well, you can go in here now. Canvas Kenneth is a bottle, which you can take heads off with. There you go. Oh, look, she's going to go to the police. I wish it was using my siren, but that's what she's doing. That weird, like, kind of... that's... some nonsense I designed ages ago, and I've obviously clicked the wrong button. But she is going to the police, I swear. So the next stage for me is to design a police craft that comes in and lands. If I'm right, she... No, I'm not right, am I? Oh no, I am. I was going to say she'll go up there, right? If I'm right... Ow! I'm leaving you, cow. If I'm right, she will come up here. Well, that woman there, she's got the police. Oh no, maybe not. This woman will come up and stand right next to this tardigrade here, which is the equivalent to calling the police. That's what that. There's a taxi in the old days. What was I about to say? Should do these videos without beer and whiskey, really, but I only feel in the mood like that. But like, if I'm not slightly drunk or quite drunk, I'll just keep coding. It's when I run out of ideas. She will stop here at the door. Yes. If I had dog-con open, you can see that it says I'm calling the police. So what's happening now is nothing. But if it was working, she would call the police and a craft would come down. Much like the taxi there, I guess. And that's what it leads me on to. NPCs that don't use the nav mesh. What's she saying? She says, what you staring at, you robot freak? Well, you probably need to die. Oh, the sniper. Did I not show the sniper? I've lost my mouse point now. I want to show the sniper. I've lost the mouse pointer. I don't know, that happens now and again. So it's pure guesswork, and I've got 5 monitors. Right, got it. Right. So this is a sniper currently. I want to explain the NPCs that aren't on nav meshes first, right? So you can have an NPC on a nav mesh, navigation mesh. You will break that into triangles or polygons, which allows you to create a nav mesh agent, which allows. Oh, see, there's a mission woman there in the top left. You can see she's in the Golden Guy district on the camera, and she's got the diamond. But it allows you to break it into triangles, and that will find the shortest point from one place to another, and it will rather intelligently, not extremely intelligently, get around moving obstacles and get there using the shortest point. A-star algorithms and all that. Dijkstra's algorithm, if you've ever sat down and coded it. Thanks to Jim Idle for helping me work out that the first time. But if you have flying creatures, they can't be on the nav mesh. So the nav mesh goes out the window. All the help that Unity gives you is gone. So you need to get away from rigid body physics and gravity, I guess, and nav mesh agents and all the rest of it, and devise your own system. So that police vehicle will have to come in on that system, and that'll be something I have to code for this AI that I haven't done yet. These silly idiots up here, I'm going to snipe them just so you can see the sniper. And now I'm in slow-mo. When I shoot, it goes into a mode that I can control the camera myself, and the camera follows the bullet. And you might say, oh, you've had that for years. No, I'll just do another one. I haven't really. See how I can change the camera? I'll do a couple of longer shots so you can see. I haven't actually had that for years. I adapted it and tweaked it and hacked the crap out of it from an asset called the Advanced the Advanced Sniper Toolkit or whatever. But ultimately, nah, it didn't work. It was awful. As much as I tried to understand his code, I spoke to him a lot actually, and asked him, virtually begged him. Well, I did beg him. Why can I not get it working under X, Y, Z circumstances? I couldn't do it, and he says, "Oh, change this and change that." And his code was under-commented like every bloody code base I ever absorbed. So in the end, I bit the large bullet and wrote my own. In the same way I had to do with AI, right? We're all lazy at heart, right? Do we really want to write AI systems? Forgot you can adjust the bullet. I'm going to fire one right and just talk while I'm doing it, but you can actually move the bullet after the event. So I can move it like left a bit here. Left, right, up, down. That's kind of useful if you're skilled. And I can move the camera anywhere I want, as you can see. Which makes for... Well. The bullet just went through the surface. Assuming that is the frame rate being reduced. Oh, it worked there. So I had to rewrite the whole sniper system. And at the moment you can see it's like it's a vampire squid with my hand stuck inside, which I think looks cool. But I want to get the fingers moving and stuff. Now, oh no, I've lost my pointer again. Is that another thing? I want to show you some other weapons that are cool. This one Oh, it's really jerking now. I mean, why is it jerking? The G4 so we're recording the background, you won't even notice. This is the, well, it hasn't got a name yet, but in the place of the candle, which was an idiotic idea in the first place. It's a really super powerful kind of cracking gun, which I think is badass. This is how I want kind of all the guns to be. Although I want some of them, you can actually see the arms of the guns. But you can see it fires particles and they go mad and they hit things, and it's very cool. There's no slowdown normally, by the way. Looking at my task manager, looks like Windows Explorer is taking up 8%. So I'm going to close all instances of that. I didn't even know why that would take up 8%, to be honest. Close a few browsers. Let's close all. Gonna explore, you waste of time. Oh, and real-time protection is on. That's something about Windows 10, right? Hopefully that has not turned the screen black. But Windows 10 won't let you turn off real-time protection. It constantly turns back on, so we have to turn it off every few hours, basically. It's a waste of life. But that's it's always been Microsoft's game, hasn't it? How do we waste lives? I'm just killing a few apps here. I've got these stupid chat things like Slack and Discord going, which are, I mean, disastrously inefficient, I would say. Hundreds of megabytes. No, I don't know what Explorer's doing. Is that a video? Blah, blah, blah. But basically, yeah, trust me, it runs quick. In fact, you might actually be seeing good frame rate. It might be running slow for me at the cost of running fast for you. Let's hope it's that generous. Right, another weapon. Yeah, it's doing something with my mouse. But I think if I go to ranged and did it send out? Nope. Showed them once. God, I wish I could remember my own weapons. It's not the Alaman. Celeste. Nope. Remember your own game, my friend. Oh, do you hear the scream? Let's go to pistols. It's one of these, man. It's not the bonnet slapper. Not the kind of. Man, what's wrong with me? Normally I'd pause it on moments like this, but this is the first time I've ever used G4 Shadowplay. Like I say, I'm trying to build it in as a way for people to share. There is some other good gun. Christ almighty. Oh man. Anyway, it's just a sort of tentacle based thing, a bit like the one I showed. But I should be able to demo it. I should have a memory in my own head. Well, it appears I don't have a memory in my own head. Fiona likes these guns, but these are almost placeholder. This is the problem. Anglerfish, no. These are like, you know, placeholder before I swap them out for like loads of sea creature ones, and I'd love to keep them, but in a way you can't just keep an ordinary pistol in a game like this. Otherwise, it's just a Call of Duty clone. Andaman. Bit of a shotgun. Yeah, no, I'm absolutely confused how can't find the other good gun. I had it before. Should be the sender, yeah. No, it's not. Anyway, forget that. I'm sorry. That is just some other gun. Whoa! A little bit. What are they doing? Alright, this is a good chance to test grenades. Piss you. Which, they should run away from grenades. I'm going to go into slow-mo, try my algorithm. All of them should run. To different, varying degrees of decency. Well, you can see them dispersing. That's working, in a way. Well, they're all stuck in there being silly. Oh no, they're all dead. That's what you get for being silly. Throw it then. I broke something. Back in fast motion. As you can see, people come up here now. As I don't think I finished off saying earlier, a lot of the logic and things were done before. The sniper was working, the people coming up here and all that, but this is all redone. Everything is redone. Shite. In my own code. From scratch. So the sniper is mine now. There's no assets in use. Couldn't understand his code. The AI is mine. Couldn't find one that was usable. Mouse pointer buggering up. Let's go the sniper again. So it's kind of taking 2 steps back, 1 step forward, but. The fact is, I can control this now. I can say, oh, if a woman reaches a point where she's meant to be, now make her do this animation. Or if a woman, not all just women, obviously, if an AI NPC sees me kill this person, they can run to the police. Say good night, woman. See the blood? Just to do it. Put that gun away, idiot, or I will teach you a lesson. Well, what lesson are you going to teach me? How to speak German. Dankeschön. So, the fact is, if you use, this is a major lesson, major important lesson actually. If you do use AI and other elements written by other people, or anything in the coding world, you basically can't do anything with it, because, well, as I've learned recently, and I've been doing code reviews for people, got paid a fortune on code reviews. That's lovely. People don't comment their code. I do not know why. It's like no one went to university or something, or no one has actually written code, but people don't comment their code. So you could have the most elegant sniper system in the entire world, but if the variable names are wrong, or poorly named, and the methods are poorly named, and there's no comments, honestly, you could spend months fixing that. And it boils down to you just getting angry enough after on and off trying for maybe 5 years, that you just go, you know what, I think I can just write this myself, and at least I will understand it, because I'll put comments in, I'll name the methods correctly, I'll name the variables correctly, and I'll know what's going on. So that's what happened. Same with AI. You cannot make a game like this. You couldn't make this with any AI on the store. You could maybe hack together some horribly slow, tedious visual logic in Adventure Creator or Playmaker, but it's just not in the same league as being able to write it yourself and understand it and optimize it and get it right. And when people talk about blueprints in Unreal, and they always talk about it like it's some sort of professional and good thing, you know it isn't. You know that Unreal blueprints is a joke. you know, that makes up some crappy template C++ code for you that isn't up to par, and it spans multiple pages just for a bit of logic. I mean, you try and do even reacting to a random number in code. You write, you know, random.range 0 to 100, and then you do switch case 0, case 1, case 2, default. You do that with blueprints or something, or Adventure Creator or Playmaker. You have an entire screen just for the simple logic of picking, you know, a random thing to happen, and then the amount of code or visual code that you need to make something happen, it's laughable. I don't see how anyone could work with visual coding, and that makes me happy in a way, because otherwise, what are you saying? It would be awful if non-coders could just come in and take over, but you can't. I honestly don't believe, no idea what they're doing this. I honestly don't believe anything complex could ever be made using visual coding. It just can't be done. It's too complex. Now I need the bathroom again, and again I can't pause, so I'll be back. Well, I wish I could take you on a little tour around my house and edit this nicely and put little things in, but I'm not going to waste my time editing videos. I've got things to do. A lot of these development videos, what they do is they take Friday off just to edit up and make a great video. So their videos are better than mine, but they've lost an entire day of development. I've been video editing almost all my life, and special effects. I'm not willing to waste my time on it. It's a nightmare. It's absolute hell. Recording it in one take like this is good enough. I mean, Christ, do you really care if I have a little zoom in of me winking at you or some PewDiePie crap? They only do that because they don't have anything good to show. And they've got too much time on their hands, which I don't. And also they make money from their videos. I don't make a penny from any of these. None of them have ever been monetized, not once. I'm doing this for posterity, for myself, for anyone who's interested. Obviously, one of the things I want is, well, one of the things I did want but has never happened, is to build a kind of community around the game by people watching these videos. Now, I would say there's only about 30 people who actually cared about these videos, so there is no community being built around this, apart from the 30 or 40 people I've gained. But, you know, now and again, 2 mission people. Will it work? Oh, it did work. Mission accepted. Alright, so that shit I was trying to show before, now it's showing me where there's a woman who needs to die. So she's marked on the radar. She's got a green, you can see on the screen there, the top left, she's got a green diamond above her head, means she has to die. And she's marked on the radar as like 3 red circles, a target. All the UI and 2D stuff will be redone, by the way. I will probably either hire a professional or sit down and do it right once it all works. And I hate to kill her because she is the definitive form of everyone on the planet. She is literally the defining character. She's the template. Oh god, this mouse thing, man. When there's no one when there's nothing recording, it's not. She's the template for everything. Nevertheless, she is just a piece of code, so, well, you see in the top left says mission complete. For some reason, just because because I'm demoing. I keep saying that. It should have gone. Oh, prepare to die, you metal truck. It should have gone. Like mission complete in the middle of the screen. But of course, it's not going to work. I'm surprised I can even walk around and select guns. I talked about the Genocide guy last time. You already know him. He's a legend. Yeah, well, I think that's it really. It's hard to explain what I've done or know what I've done. Hopefully there's a difference. The AI is certainly better. It needs improvement. When they attack you, they still look odd. And all this, the decapitation is obviously better. Well, there should be 2 staff members there as well. What the hell? Well, there's 2 staff members there normally. Blah blah blah. I want them to attack you a bit better, and maybe have like rolls where they can roll out of the way and other things that can happen. But if I was to list the things that AI can do right now, you'd be astounded, and especially the logic that's gone into it. It has become quite a complicated class, 6,000, 7,000 lines, just for the AI behaviors alone. Look, just stay calm, dude. That's one of the reactions they have. I can't remember why. Oh, don't kill yourself, darling. I think I just want to blow her head off first. There you go. Oh, I just got hit by a meteor. I think just stay calm, dude, is like, they're not going to kill you. They're not going to go to the police. And like I said, that was probably only coded a few hours ago. I've been working on another application, which may be out by the time you see this, called Viewbox. And another one called Box Messenger. Neither of these designed by me, of course, designed by entrepreneurs who hire me, and it's so inaccurate. I've been watching Fiona use like really accurate pistols, like the, what did she like? She likes the bonnet slapper. No wonder. Oh, maybe there's a bug there. Oh, some of her head's missing. I've noticed that bug. But watch this. This is how good the bonnet slapper is. So obviously, fuck, the robot has gone mad. Someone call the police. Not gonna be you, is it, darling? You're stuck. She's stuck in the drinks behind the bar. Yeah, you have a good rest there. I'm sure I demoed these at some point. But yeah, I can't remember what I was saying there, but whoa! Weapons. Sum it up. AI's been improved. Level design's been improved. A lot of areas that were crap have been improved. AI's been given more places to go, more options to have. They can stop and do animations. They can see you kill people. They can run to police. They can run away scared. Run away from grenades. Go to events. And a lot of other things. And I would like to show you the other cities, and I'm going to get back to that. I don't know about the next video, but certainly a few after that you'll be able to see them again once I get the people going around. And when I said I ripped out all the adventure creator stuff, like, it wasn't sisters. Completely ridiculous gun, doesn't make any sense. Doesn't work. Carcando is the only one that really works in first person. I don't know if these animations were new, I don't think they were. but you can see he actually aims the gun properly and fires in first and third. Oh god, man, I keep forgetting what I was about to say. But essentially, I'm making these features and I'm still trying to work out, very inaccurate, what's happening, you know, with the game. Trying to make it a self-perpetuating game with missions and people running off that you have to stop, and people coming in, but also still major ones. Oh, that's what I was saying. The adventure creator stuff that I've wiped out, a lot of it won't be lost, right? Because I've written little converter scripts, which you can see. I have Radiant Silver here. I've got like these different things, but I've got something like that. Convert Adventure Creator Path Wizard. So like all those people I had walking around Adventure Creator that like were using Adventure Creator walking around all the old cities that looked amazing. Them paths, they took weeks to get right. I can still Jesus, what the hell? I can still convert those paths to my own format, right? Just by running that script. I'm just going to blow this up. So, there's a chill out spot as well over there. So when I convert them over, I won't feel like I've lost that much work on Adventure Creator, and I can probably, well, easily chill out. Yeah, that worked. I can easily convert the hotspots as well from Adventure Creator with the paths and kind of recreate the NPCs. So I doubt I've actually lost that much of what I did, apart from the understanding and a lot of the logic. But I can code that logic in a heartbeat on code. And with AI, my AI system and its manager and all the other stuff is really coming together good. I've got the manager, I've got the district waypoints, I've got waypoints, I've got waypoint events and that. This AI is deep. It is so much better than I had with Adventure Creator, and so much better than I ever could have had, and so much better than any of the AIs I've ever used. So this system, even though I've had to take two steps back, 1 step forward, eventually it'll be like 10 steps forward, delete old systems, which are almost all deleted. There's no point in them anymore. My systems are as good or better in most cases. And with the massive added bonus factor that I understand them, I can tap in and make a change to anything I've ever done in a heartbeat. And really, unless I fuck up the logic, right, and just the coding itself, which does happen obviously, but I am employed as a coder, have been for the last 20 years, so that's all my fault. If I can't understand someone's nonsense code, then that's not really my fault, that's them being idiotic. Get down off that table and drink your beer! So, rewriting all the systems is great. Alright. Fiona, you'd be interested to see that. Oh! I wanted to throw a grenade at him and see what would happen. I'm going back up. Seriously. That bug was fixed. But... stop killing me! But, as you know, all bugs rear their ugly head again. Not all, but some. And they keep coming back. But yeah, my own systems are making this easier. So, you know, and I posted a video of the last one, the 7-year development one, on some forums, and a lot of coders had a go at me saying, "Oh, dude's all over achieved in 7 years, you fucking shaggy." And I was like, no, I didn't do that. First of all, they don't know what I've actually done, right? They just sort of snip it. They show one level, run around, and they're all like, oh, you should be better than that. I'm like, also, you don't know how many times it's been iterated, reiterated, reiterated. Assets bought, hacked, converted, dumped. Assets bought, hacked, converted, dumped times 10. Then final bullet biting of, oh, you know, fuck the assets, can't do that anymore. Actually have to rewrite this from scratch. One of my worst fears, writing an AI system in 3D. See, the body's got blown there by the meteor. Trying to do all that and trying to write all the sniper system, this stuff is impossible. Whilst building the whole world, whilst getting the animation right, whilst getting the logic right, whilst sitting down and thinking, how the hell is this game going to work? What will make it fun? Can I make it so I can sell 100,000 copies? That on top of a freelance career where you're nailing 6-7 different apps at the same time. I'm not getting paid particularly well for any of them, but well enough to keep coming back to this. You know, it's really difficult. I feel like some of these developers in the groups, they overestimate themselves. They think that they could do this in 1/10 of the time that I've done it. Or maybe they could. Maybe they're much better than me, but I doubt it. It takes time. Reiteration, the whole water flow model, create something, fix it, change it, replace it, throw shit at the wall, see if it sticks. If you ever worked at a real games company, which I have, I've worked at Rockstar North, I worked on Grand Theft Auto, Vice City, I've worked at DC Studios, worked on loads of games, I've written games since I was a child. You have to understand that these things are not easy. They will take iteration time. You can't make assumptions. Even the guys at Google have made assumptions in the past when I've had interviews with them. Oh, well, I think that would be easy. I say, well, you cannot tell until you've done it. Oh, they say, but I still think it would be easy. I said, but you're missing the whole point. You have to know what it's like to say what it would be like. Like, anyone could say what it would be like. I could say, oh, I could write Linux in 5 years, I reckon. I think it would be easy. But I've never actually written Linux, and I know it took hundreds of thousands of hours. So when people say, oh, you should be able to do more than this in 7 years, or I would be able to do more than this in 7 years, go away and try it. Try it yourself. Go to the iteration. Do it. You know, do you think Ford came out with the latest car first time? No, it was 30, 40 years of iteration from geniuses. So I think people need to realize that, first of all, you can't judge this on one video, and second of all, you need to really understand what you're talking about, and third of all, you need to really think. It took me even 3 years just to bite the bullet to make my own AI system, and that was a couple of years of wasted time on other AI systems. So unless these people are gaming gods, I wouldn't even put John Romero in that category. I'd put John Carmack in that category. Yeah, if John Carmack says, oh, I could have done that in, you know, half the time you've done it, I'll say, yes, you probably could. But if any other person I know who isn't a fucking gaming god says that sort of thing, I just think, good one. Try it and find out. See, this whiskey's doing my ranting ability really good. I don't know. I think that's it. I must say, next video could be groundbreaking, because about 5 years ago I noticed a 4 GB limit in Unity per scene. As you know, my scenes are massive and all 3 cities exist in all scenes, so I'm definitely using over 4 GB, which stopped me being able to produce a build, I was going to say 95, back in 2015. And apparently the editor is, you know, up to 50% slower. So the next builds I will make, I forgot to mention that, yeah, I've been bugging Unity for 5 years, along with another dedicated team of angry large worlders, no flat worlders in there, well, we're all flat worlders, flat earthers. We've all fought to get this nonsensical 32-bit 4 GB limit lifted, and Unity as usual, like all big software companies, were saying things like, "Oh, dude, that's not a bug." And you go like, "Bug crashes at 4 gig," and they flag it as not a bug. I've done that all my life. Like, if you like got a good enough reason and you've got too many bugs on the list, yeah, you'll flag it as not a bug. But in the back of your mind, you know it's a bug. And they've finally addressed it. And Carl, is it Carl Johnson, or is he some bloke? I can't remember. He's the main go-between between us and them. And they finally had it fixed. Cut a long story short, which I should have done. Basically, Unity 2020, which won't be out for ages because 2019.3 just got approved today, and it's the 12th of February 2020. But I'm thinking by about April or May, the 2020 will be out of beta. I'm running this, as you can see in the top there, 2020.10a12.136 beta. Once the real one comes out, it'll be able to handle the limit. Ergo, I'll be able to build a genuine build of the game for the first time since 2015. 5 years. And I'll be able to run it without the memory limitation and record at higher quality too. Which also means I'll be able to start considering going into early access. I might even want to go into Kickstarter again once I use that build to make very smooth and fluid footage. Obviously, all the AI is the same woman right now. I'm trying to get her perfect, and then write a tool to export her entire system to disk, JSON, XML, text, whatever. And then once I can export that perfectly and recreate it on another skin mesh rendering humanoid, I'll be able to make infinite amounts of AI. I'll be able to go through the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of characters I've wasted all my money on over the last 10 years. If Unity allow me, that is. They're cutting a lot out and you don't even get them back. Transfer all of the knowledge from her, I'm calling it knowledge, to new people, and when there's loads of different characters, orcs and ghosts and medusas and centaurs and sea creatures going around with the same level of intelligence as her and flying around, and they're all varied and attacking me and I'm killing them and there's blood coming out, then there'll be enough footage, I think, to make a Kickstarter video and try again. Don't know if you know, but I went on Kickstarter in 2012 and failed miserably. And if you look it up on Kickstarter, Genocide Dolphins, you will see why. It's almost embarrassing how bad it is. But I like to think I've come back here 8 years later with something that isn't embarrassing, or at least I don't think it's embarrassing, and ask for maybe £25,000, get this damn thing finished. I'm still getting clear in my head. Brief diagnosis right now of the story, which would be that Dolphinia decided to create a toilet cleaning and training droid, give it the latest AI tech that they have, and it was designed to learn from other toilet cleaning droids, but it saw what was going on in the city, killing, drinking, smoking, wandering around wasting your life, and it learned those skills, started to do those skills. Dolphinia now don't really want this droid around. It's too expensive and it's dangerous because he's become basically you become a hitman, I guess, with people asking you to kill people using your skills, and you're called Klepto. Your main character is called Klepto, codename Klepto in the game anyway, because you can learn skills and you can get so powerful that like almost no one can beat you, right? So they would have to send armies against you. It's a bit like Battle Angel Alita or Equilibrium or Matrix, where you're that powerful that it takes a lot of people to take you down. And obviously all this is still getting thought about, but I'm thinking there should be a few of you too, like 3 or 4 of these droids, and they wipe them out, and then they're coming after you, you're the last one, they're wiping out your entire race, and that makes them the Genocide Dolphins, Possibly Dolphinia could actually be headed up by a couple of dolphins. I didn't really want to put dolphins in, just as an easy get out when people think you're promoting the death of dolphins or something. But as my mate Ewan said, there should just be dolphins, and I think at the beginning I thought there would be. So maybe the head guys at Dolphinia could just be a couple of dolphins who've co-invented you with possibly Trunk Blower, the sewage company, and I'll have to put around a bit more evidence of sewage and rubbish. You might notice there's a lot of rubbish around. That could be one of your jobs, not just toilets, but just getting rid of general rubbish. I'll try and make it a bit more apparent that there's a definite waste problem on this planet, and they needed droids like you to deal with it. And then you learned too much, became too powerful, became useless to them, became sentient, became your own man, and basically started acting like a postgraduate student, or maybe just a student, drinking, smoking. Well, we didn't really kill when we were in our postgraduates, but you're a hitman. Well, you do other things, right? Deliver parcels and things like that. You do the dirty work. But you learned all this from your advanced AI given to you by Dolphinia Research, and now they want you out of the way, and then eventually you get loads of mates and stuff, and eventually you gather an army, you storm the bloody office, and you kill all the execs at Dolphinia. I guess I need to make them a bit more threatening to the planet too. There was past ideas where they were messing with temperature and oxygen, and I don't think that really works, but they're providing awful food. Something that the whole place needs to also hate Dolphinia, so that when you kill them, everyone's rejoicing. And it won't be the end of the game. It'll be like Vice City, where you win, but you can still go around and you got loads of benefits. As long as it can entertain for 40 hours, I'd like to think more than that, right? If you're really into it, but you never know if people are going to be really into it or not. I've certainly played it for thousands of hours and it wasn't even finished or complete. I'm not sure if that is comparable or anything, but yeah, I'm aiming for that sort of general thing that I've just explained. It's still all work in progress. This is the sort of thing I've told people down pubs when they go, what's it all about? And it feels like the hardest thing about making a game is actually coming up with something cool that flows. As difficult, literally, for me anyway, as difficult as the implementation, almost, as difficult as making it look good, almost, and as difficult as making a massive fluid city full of items and events, almost. I'm sure it would come easy to some people, but I think I could talk the legs off it. I could talk the hind legs of a donkey right here, so I think it's time to die. And I will see you guys in the next video.